Wow, you really can't see anything in these, can you? Is the camera over here? Is it like over here? Hey there, welcome back to the weekly recap. Still bright out here, still bright. Breaking news, it's still bright outside. Welcome back to the weekly recap. I'm Matt Wacker. Millions gathered on U.S. soil August 21st to witness the celestial phenomenon that is a total solar eclipse. Plenty of those people were right here in mid-Missouri, and though their methods of viewing the eclipse were different, the consensus seemed the same. Leanne was at the Capitol in Jefferson City.
Matt, my experience here at the Capitol has been incredible. When totality hit, the crowd erupted in a cheer, which you're going to hear in a minute. I also got the chance to talk with some people about their reaction to the total solar eclipse. What did you think of the total eclipse?
It was mind-blowing.
It is.
I've never seen something like that before.
And I feel so happy that I was lucky enough to get to see it and come down here from Chicago.
How would you describe it in words?
Beautiful. Celestial.
What do you guys think about the eclipse?
It was pretty cool.
Really cool.
Amazing.
Monumental.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
It's super. You're going to do it every year?
It was like it was night in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. It was awesome.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. It was great. We came all the way from Wisconsin to see this so we could see the totality.
Really?
Yeah.
It was the most unbelievable thing I've seen in a long while. I'm a archaeologist, so I've seen some strange stuff from the Great Pyramids to the Great Wall of China, and that right there, it put both of those right into the capital of Missouri. It's unbelievable.
Along with thousands of other Missouri children, students from Richards Elementary watched the eclipse Monday afternoon. However, they almost missed the event when Amazon canceled the school's order of 450 pairs of glasses. The order was placed during the first part of the summer. On Monday, Amazon notified the school that its order had been canceled. Wood and Houston Bank came to the rescue and furnished 98 pairs of glasses. Students were able to watch the eclipse in shifts of 60 people at a time. Each student was able to see the eclipse for 20 minutes per shift. Depending on who you ask, Chief Wannadoobie of Dent County was either a hero or an eccentric. Born Joseph Bickle, the chief had long been waging a war on the prohibition of cannabis in the U.S., serving jail time and going to bat as an activist. Eventually, Wannadoobie announced he would run for Missouri representative and then governor, and most recently threw his hat in the ring in the last primary against incumbent Senator Roy Blunt, receiving over 30,000 votes. The chief was finally able to partake in some legal marijuana atop Pikes Peak in Colorado before passing away last Thursday. While his stance may have been unconventional or even controversial, Chief Wannadoobie was certainly a man apart. A seminar for gun owners is set to be held at the Eagles Hall in Sullivan on August 31st. U.S. Law Shield's Joey Matlock tells us more about it.
I work for U.S. Law Shield. What U.S. Law Shield is, we're a prepaid legal company. You get a membership with us, and what we do is it entitles you to a 24-hour-a-day access to an attorney. If you use force to defend yourself, your family or loved ones or others, what we do is we provide the attorneys for you at no additional cost. If you're a member, the attorneys are free through criminal and civil charges. Well, some of the benefits of our program, is you have that 24-hour-a-day access to the attorneys. So there's two numbers. One's what we call the hotline, which is, oh, I've had a bad day and I need an attorney now, after you've used force or something. And the other one is it's just an informational line. So if you're traveling from this part of Missouri and you're going to go to Southern California, you're probably going to go through Oklahoma and perhaps New Mexico. Well, you want to know what the gun laws in those two states are, so you call that black number and you get an attorney. Now it's during normal business hours, and they're going to refer you and have an attorney from those states that is contracted with us, and he's going to tell you what you need to know when you travel through those states. So Oklahoma, for instance, you get pulled over by a law enforcement officer in the state of Oklahoma, the first words out of your mouth if you have a gun in the car is you have to tell them that. You have to say, "Officer, I have a weapon in the car." If you don't, it's a violation of state law, and Oklahoma's vigorous about enforcing that one. You go through New Mexico, New Mexico law says you can carry a concealed weapon, but only one. So if you're one of these people that have a gun strapped on your hip and one on your ankle, or you're holding your wife's purse for a while, you could be in violation of that law simply because you now have two and you're only allowed to have one. So laws like that, every state's laws are a little different. You call that black number, those attorneys will get back with you. Give them a little time. Don't expect them to give you the answer in 10 seconds. But you're going to be traveling, they will help you with that. If you want to get a suppressor, they will tell you what you need to paperwork in Missouri to get a suppressor, a Class 3 weapon of anything. That's just, they will help you with that. The red number, that's the number you call after you've had an incident. And anytime you've had an incident, you want to call 911. You've been a victim of a crime. Because I can tell you there are criminals out there that if you don't call, they will. They will go call and say, hey, I had some crazy guy in the Walmart parking lot pull a gun on me, when all you did was reach back maybe for your gun and tell them, hey, back away, you're scaring me. They go call the police. Now you're the one the police are looking for. So having that access to those attorneys is great. We don't do, wills, trusts, or anything like that. What we're there to do is help you with your legal problems or your civil problems after you've used your gun or used force to defend yourself, whether you used a golf club, ran over them with your car, as long as it's a legal weapon in Missouri. We do cover you in all 50 states. That's an additional $2.95 to get covered in all 50. That black number would be how you find out what you can and cannot do legally in those states with weapons so that we can cover you. Because, if you're robbing a bank, sorry, we can't help you. One of the things that people can do is go to gunlawseminar.com and then click on the state of Missouri or whatever state they're in, and if they're traveling, they can stop at one in another state too. Those seminars, we got one coming up with Ruby's Guns. Those seminars, we bring in an attorney, sometimes an LEO, and you get to listen to the attorney tell you what the state laws say where you're at. So they'll tell you what Missouri's doing, what you can and cannot do in Missouri, what you should and should not do, and then you can ask them questions. And it's free to talk to that attorney. It's not costing you a thing.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Department is on the lookout for a man who stole and crashed a running vehicle on August 14th. According to officers, the suspect was seen getting into a running Ford Escape at a gas station in Sullivan, striking another vehicle on the I-44 overpass before heading east. Deputies located the stolen vehicle in St. Clair, where it exited the interstate at the 242 overpass and struck an embankment. The suspect escaped into the nearby woods before deputies could apprehend him. The search for the perpetrator is ongoing. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office was involved in a standoff on August 18th, which lasted over 3.5 hours. The incident started after the Sheriff's Department learned of the whereabouts of 34-year-old Robert Finch, who had absconded from his parole after removing his GPS monitor. Deputies surrounded the home, but Finch refused to come out. After several canisters of gas were fired into the residence, Finch surrendered and was taken into custody. He is currently in the Douglas County Jail pending formal charges. It was a gorgeous night for football last Friday as we kicked off another season of the Price Chopper Game of the Week from Lebanon. My apologies to those of you who may have witnessed some technical difficulties. Lebanon won the inaugural Fidelity 6 Classic by defeating Rolla 34-28. This week, we set up shop in Rolla for their home opener. It's Bulldog Pride Night, and we'll carry the game live at 7 p.m. on Channel 6. I leave you with a time lapse from Owensville during Monday's total solar eclipse. This video was provided to us by Jim Rogers of the Ozarks Shutter Junkies. I'm Matt Wacker. Thanks for watching. The weekly recap is brought to you by Price Chopper, Cooking from Scratch, Travers Autoplex, the UPS Store of Rolla, Bayard Dodge of West Plains, and Falcon Floor Covering.